Will we see a huge pump in Bitcoin price anytime soon, reaching to new all-time highs? Welcome, my name is Philip from the Cryptophil, and in today's video we want to look into the Bitcoin price, what's important over the next few days, and also we want to look into the three peaks and the domed house chart pattern, which was quite popular over the past few days on social media like Instagram, Twitter, and also YouTube. So what does the three peaks and the domed house chart pattern tells us, and where does it come from? So this chart pattern comes actually, or has been developed in the early 70s. If you want to get more information, you can go to this website, actually the patternsite.com, give some explanation of where it comes from. And it has been actually applied a few times in other markets, especially on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So now, does the Bitcoin price follow this chart pattern as well? So let's look into the different parts of the chart pattern. So we have the three peaks, we have the basement, we have the first floor, the roof, and then at the end, the plunge. On this screenshot over here, it is indicated whether the Bitcoin price does correspond to the chart pattern. And interestingly, there are some correlations. Especially on the three peak side, where you can see the numbers 3 to 9. This follows quite well the three peaks chart pattern here. On the other side, the green area, so the basement or bear trap here, it doesn't fully correspond, but at least we have still these numbers 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, which do correspond to the chart pattern to a certain extent. And then the first floor, then I would say the numbers 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 looks also quite well, with the exception of number 15, which should be higher according to the chart pattern. However, there are some similarities, and the question is now, does the Bitcoin follow this chart pattern? If yes, we could expect a huge pump over the next few weeks, bringing us new all-time highs. So how can we assess this? And I've prepared two information which I think are relevant and important, and which gives us some bullish information. First of all, the NVT. The NVT indicates whether the Bitcoin price is overvalued or undervalued. And in general, what we say is if the NVT is below the green line, it is undervalued. And that's the case. And as you can see, it is under the green line, so the green dotted line. This means it's undervalued. If you look into the past, there is a couple of instances where we have been undervalued as well. So here, for example, in 2012, and we saw a big run-up afterwards. Then we have seen something similar in 2016 and 17, where we also saw a run-up thereafter. And the question is now, if we're undervalued again, when will the Bitcoin price increase again? The other information which is also interesting is the exchange reserves. So on this chart, it is shown how many Bitcoins are available for trading on the exchanges. And as you can see, since September, the number of Bitcoins have decreased over time. So there's less Bitcoins available for trading on the exchanges. This indicates that the big whales, they have bought Bitcoin, they have taken this from the exchanges, so have decreased the supply. And usually if the supply decreases, the price will increase. And that's what we can see in past as well. So for example, if you go all the way back to March 21, as you can see, the demand in Bitcoin, or the number of Bitcoins available for trading, decreased, and so the Bitcoin price increased. Then it turned actually in May, when we saw this huge drop. So the Bitcoin price decreased, and accordingly the number of Bitcoins on the exchanges increased because people sold their Bitcoins. And then we had another turning point over here in September, and since then the Bitcoin price has increased until mid of November, and the Bitcoin amount of Bitcoins being available for trading have decreased again. So that's quite interesting, and both information, so the NVT as well as the amount of Bitcoins being available for trading, are both bullish. So now let's look into the chart, the Bitcoin chart. So here on a daily time frame, which I think is the most important one, we are still bullish, right? We're still bullish, and this is because we are still forming higher lows. So we do have a higher low over here, we do have a higher low over here, and we have a new higher low here. And as long as the current price doesn't drop below the local low over here at 16, I'm still remaining bullish. By the way, this is not a financial advice, this is just my personal opinion, and everyone needs to make their trading decisions on their own. So, on a long-term trend, long-term chart, I still remain bullish unless we take out this low. Now, if we go into the 1 hour chart, what is important here? Important here is that we keep this support zone between 48,500 and 46,500 or 600. So this is a support zone. We got support 4 times here, 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 and here. The next resistance zone is here at 51,000, or from 50,000, almost 51,000 to 52,500. So it's important we break this resistance and we get back to this long-term trend channel. So the yellow lines, on my charts are daily lines. And if we get back into this channel, then we will be bullish again. So it's important we hold this support zone and we don't drop below the 46,000 again. As long as we hold it, I will remain bullish, and I'm still optimistic that we might see something like this chart pattern. Maybe not a huge increase like on this chart pattern, but at least from a trend perspective, I'm bullish in a long run. So that's all I have to share for today. I hope you found this video valuable, and if you do so, I appreciate if you smash the like button and leave a comment, and see you soon.